Our national anthem as performed by the Ashland Tomcat Pep Band under the direction of Chris Whalen across the way. And welcome back, everybody, to the James A. Anderson Gym. The Ashland Tomcats opening their season here tonight at the Anderson Gym against the Flyers from Ironton St. Joe. It's a lid lifter for both of these ball clubs as the state's winningest high school basketball team, the Ashland Tomcats, take on the Ironton St. Joe Flyers. A few hellos before we get into starting lineups and the tip-off of this one. I would hope that you will keep Troy Lee Thomas, one of our assistant coaches here at Ashland. His mother is not doing well, and I hope you will continue to keep her in your prayers. And Lori Beth Mays, of course, had her final chemotherapy treatment today, and we hope she's doing well, and keep her in your prayers. And other things to pass along to you before we take a quick break. In the Division 5 championship in the state of Ohio, the Ironton Fighting Tigers finishing bridesmaid again. They got walloped pretty good today by Canfield South Range, 53-27. A great season for Ironton. They finish at 15-1, the winningest season in Ironton football history, but they finish as the runner-up as the 9th time. The door's open. They're just going to have to knock it down. They'll get there sooner or later. In Class Single A today, the Raceland Rams took it on the chin as the Pikeville Panthers hammered the Rams 41-9 in the championship of that one. And in the Double A championship, Beechwood squeaks by Mayfield 14-13. So that's the way things are. We'll come back and get you started with starting lineups as Ashland takes on Ironton St. Joe here at the James A. Anderson Gym on B97.
Hey! Communities thrive when their businesses thrive. JP Morgan Chase & Co. is helping build strong communities through philanthropic investments and nonprofit partnerships. That's why we partner with community changemakers like Monica Ray, whose Training and Development Corporation is working to revitalize Congress Heights, D.C.
The biggest thing that we can do is create opportunity. The expert advice that Chase has been able to provide has been invaluable to small businesses.
If it's personal to you, it's personal to us. See what JP Morgan Chase can do for your small business community. Visit jpmorganchase.com to learn more.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
The U.S. Virgin Islands is calling out to you. With no passport required for U.S. citizens, no arrival or departure taxes, no need to convert your currency, and no Caribbean destination is more inviting than St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas. We give you a reason to say yes. Our charming people is looking forward to welcoming you. We are America's paradise. And our USVI is calling out to you because this, my friend, is American Caribbean.
It's time for Ashland Tomcats basketball on B97. Now here's the voice of the Tomcats, Dickie Martin.
Welcome back, everybody, to the James A. Anderson Gym. The Ashland up here tonight. Tomcats are back in action tomorrow night. We'll be down in Georgetown at Great Crossings High School. They're only in their 4th year of existence, but they've got the odds-on favorite to win the 11th region. They got everybody back from a team that went to the Final Four in the 11th region last year. I think they finished 25-6 or something like that, and they got most of the Scott County players that, of course, everybody is familiar with. So we'll be back into action tomorrow night at 7:30 down in Georgetown. Tuesday night, we return home here to the Anderson Gym as the Tomcats will be taking on the Fairview Eagles. And then we got Friday night off. Well, we don't have Friday night off. We got a girls' game next Friday here at the Anderson Gym with Ashland and Greenup County. And then Saturday, we're out at Boyd County to take on the top-ranked and defending state champion Clark County Cardinals. Back on Tuesday night, back out of Boyd County to take on the Lions. And then in a couple of weekends, we'll have Bracken County on the road. And back here at home on the 20th, or the 17th, I'm sorry, against Fleming County and Buddy Biggs' ball club. Then we head down to Pikeville for 3 days, the 20th, 21st, 22nd, and then take a few days off for Christmas, and back at it for the AIT the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So that's the way things are shaping up for Tomcat basketball. All right, we're about ready to get started. Well, look who finally showed up. Hobie Rogers, who I haul all over the United States to watch Tomcats play, and probably the most loyal Tomcat fan there is back. But he went down to watch Ashland play today, and I'm sorry he didn't see much of a ball game, that's for sure, as Ashland got beat 41-9. All right, let's go to James A. Anderson, Gym Arena announcer. Here's Chuck Rist.
Let's make the starting lineups. First, for Ironton St. Joe. For the Flyers, starting at guard, 6-foot senior, number 55, Kai Coleman. At guard, the 6-foot junior, number 24, Drew Brown. At guard, the 5'10 senior, number 11, Erica Jackson. And forward to 5'11 sophomore, number 3, Aiden DeBoer. And forward to 6'4 senior, number 14, Hunter Staten. The Flyers are coached by Jacob Wells, assisted by Tate Matney and Ken Coleman. Starting lineup for your Ashland Tomcats. Starting at guard is 6'3 junior, number 5, Asher Atkins. At guard is 6'4 sophomore, number 1, Xander Carter. At guard is 6'1 senior, number 21, Maurice DeBoer. At guard, a 6'3 senior, number 25, Tristan Davis. At guard, a 6'2 senior, number 15, Tucker Conway. Ashland coaching staff, varsity assistants Chris Whitlock and Jared Cricket. Freshman coach Troy Lee Thomas. Junior varsity coach Brian Lemaster. Acting head coach Ryan Bonner.
All right, let's get it ready for basketball action. Our officials tonight are Cold Iron, Ginn, and Rosier. Tomcats are in all white tonight with maroon trim and numerals. St. Joseph of Ironton is in purple with gold trim and numerals. It'll be Xander Carter at 6'4" going up against Hunter Staten at 6'4" as Mr. Cold Iron steps in, and the Tomcat basketball season is about underway. It's in the air, controlled by the Cats. It's tipped to DeBoard, and the Tomcats are underway for the 22-23 season. DeBoard near side to Atkins. St. Joe opening man-to-man. Over to Carter, far wing to Conway, reverse it. Near side Atkins for a triple, no good. Rebounded, put up, and in by DeBoard. Good hustle by Race DeBoard. Cats are on the board, 2-0. That Cats come out full court, man-to-man. Inbounds, it comes to Jackson. Jackson, a little sophomore, but he can play. Across the timeline, Ashland man-to-man. Out front, Atkins knocks it away. Steal. Davis, he'll go in all alone and lay it up and in. 4-0 Tomcats. Too much pressure on an early turnover. The Tomcats capitalize. Ironton St. Joe in back for it with the basketball is DeBoard. They have a DeBoard, as do we, and this is Aiden DeBoard for Ironton St. Joe. Bounces on the right side, gives it up to Coleman. Coleman has it knocked away, another turnover, and here come the Cats the other way. DeBoard in a hurry to the bucket, inside out. Adkins Conway triple, yes. It's 7-0. The Tomcats are out to a big lead, and Jacob Wells has seen enough. We play just over a minute, and the Tomcats lead it 7-0. A quick 30-second timeout called by Ashland. I don't know why, but we did. Well, there's our good friend Cole Villers. I see him walking in the door. He's on crutches. He's being redshirted this year at Moorhead. Ryan Atkins, former Tomcat, here as well. And Cole is having a couple of surgeries done. Tomcat basketball brought to you in part by Ann Sloan Realtor at Paramount Properties, Premier Physical and Occupational Therapy. We get results. Ashland Credit Union, earn money for the Ashland schools with the ACU Tomcat Visa credit card. Ashland Credit Union goes big for the Tomcats. Premier Physical Therapy and Occupational Therapy, we get results. Dr. Matthew Lewis and Lewis Family Care. For all your family's medical needs, we're here for you, and here comes Jackson. Across the line, guarded by Carter out front. Top of the wing on the far side. Cats still man-to-man, picks up his dribble, has trouble, and Conway picks his pocket. Cats got the run out. Conway to Carter, missed it. Oh, they called a walk? And no way he walked. But we'll call it a turnover. Also got fouled. That's maybe because why he walked. 7-0 Ashland here in the early minute and 20 seconds. Inbounds to Jackson for Ironton St. Joe. He'll bring it up the far sideline. Crosses into forecourt straight away. Goes to the free throw line. Gives up his dribble, and Davis knocks it away out of bounds. Nice deflection by Davis. It'll stay with Ironton St. Joe. Ashland leading 7-0. DeBoard will put it in play in front of the Tomcat bench here in forecourt. Lobs it into Jackson. Taken away by DeBoard, but he saved was out of bounds. Nope. It will be a turnover. Ironton St. Joe. It went out of bounds. 4 Ironton St. Joe Flyer turnovers here in the early going. Tomcat basketball. Davis into DeBoard. St. Joe opens up man-to-man. Cross the line DeBoard. Angles it near side to Carter. Top of the key to Adkins. Swing it far side to Conway. Back straight away. DeBoard steps up at the elbow. Let's fly from there. No good. Back of the tab. Chases his rebound down. Gives a behind-the-back pass to Adkins, who got it up, and it won't go. But he got fouled. It hung and fell off. And a foul on Ironton St. Joe. Foul is going to be on Coleman, his first. That will put Asher Adkins at the foul line to shoot 2. Last year, Asher averaged 6 points, couple of rebounds. Shot 68% from the foul line as he pushes the first one up and in. 8-0. Tomcats lead it. One more for the junior. Tomcats have 3 seniors on the club this year. Conway, DeBoard, and Davis. And it's 9-0 as Adkins makes them both. Tomcats pressing, full court man-to-man. Jackson across the timeline, gets it to Coleman. He bobbles it, stands on top of the big A, puts it on the floor. Angles it right side near the hash mark on the far side. Guarded by Davis. He'll take him down into the paint, throw one up. It's a prayer, air ball. Rebound Carter. Cats running 3-on-3. Carter, Conway, back out on top. Davis. Davis will penetrate. He'll go up in the lane. They have his shot knocked away. Taken away by Carter. Carter will go in and lay it up and in. It's 11-0 Tomcats and a timeout for Ironton St. Joe. Coach Jacob Wells has seen enough. Ashland leads it 11-0. We can tell you that Tomcat basketball brought to you in part by King's Daughters Medical Center. Excellent care for your family. The right place at the right time. Members Choice Credit Union, committed to our community. And Sloan Realtor at Paramount Properties. And King's Daughter and Dr. Matthew Lewis, Lewis Family Care, for all your family's medical needs. We're here for you. We'll run down the JV game at halftime, which Ashland won comfortably, 67-32. Ashland leads it here early, 11-0. We play just 2.5 minutes. Tomcats had one preseason scrimmage. They faced Betsy Lane's Bobcats on the road, one of the favorites in the 15th region, along with Pikeville, and beat them on their home floor by 20. Played well. Inbounds it comes to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Carter full court. Coleman back and forth as he brings it across the timeline straight away. Between the leg dribble, reverses back to the far side. Penetrates inside the arc and still out on the dribble. Looking for help is Coleman around the arc to the near side. Carter all over him. Looking for help. Coleman now dribbles it back to the far side. near the wing, gives up his dribble. He needs some help. They go inside, and a foul. They tried to go to Brown. We got a reaching foul inside on the Tomcats. Conway, his first. Common foul. Ironton St. Joe will keep it, trailing 11-0 with 5:14 to go in the quarter. Jackson will inbounds it underneath his bucket far side. Looking, lobs it way out front to Coleman, who lost it. And they say it went off the board, so it'll stay with the Flyers. They'll have it at the far side. Free throw line extended in forecourt. DeBoard gets it in to Coleman. Coleman runs a point out front for the Flyers. On the dribble to the far side, double teamed and trapped. He needs some help. Pivots around, looking for help. Finds it in Jackson. Jackson with it out near center line. He'll go against DeBoard. To the top of the key, they switch him off. Jackson will take it to the baseline. He'll move. He'll bobble it. Ball's loose on the floor. Dug out of there by Asher Adkins, but retrieved nicely over there by Coleman. Coleman's going to give it to Stanton. Stanton, the big fella, inside. Spins, turns, shot blocked by DeBoard. Rebound Davis to reach DeBoard to the other end. It's good. He's got 4, and it's 13-0. Tomcats out to the big lead here early. Inbounds, here comes Coleman. He'll bring it across the timeline, up the near sideline, cut off by Davis. Brings it out top of the wing and gives it up to Jackson. Jackson to Brown. Brown to Jackson. Jackson will take it into the paint, inside the free throw line. Gives it back to Brown. Brown to the baseline. He gets cut off. Gives up his dribble. Gives it to Stanton and loses it out of bounds. Last tip by Ashland. Nate Freeze will check in for the Tomcats, fresh off the gridiron. Nate, 6'4", 245 and a junior, and Adkins will go down. Football player for football player. And we still got several more of them on the bench. They bring it. Inbounds, a newcomer in the lineup for Balestra for Ironton St. Joe, 6'1 junior. Tomcats going to play a little 2-3 zone now. First time we've seen that tonight. And this year, for that matter, Coleman bounces near side Balestra. Balestra looking, knocked away by Conway to DeBoard, another turnover. DeBoard all the way to the bucket. He'll stop, feed it in the corner to Carter. Out to DeBoard, driving in, give and go to Freeze. He'll put it up, and he gets fouled before the shot. Balestra picks up the foul, his first. DeBoard from his own end zone will put it in play. He'll lob it into Conway. St. Joe's gone to a 2-3 zone. Here's DeBoard in the deep right corner. Looking, he penetrates, drives that baseline, inside out now to Carter. To Davis. Davis near side to Conway. Back to Davis, who's open for a triple. It's good. Tristan Davis has got 5. Had only 12 threes last year. It's 16-0. Ashland leads it. 3:10 to go here in the first quarter. Coleman across the timeline gets to Balestra. Balestra looking back out front to Brown. Asks you to. Last year hit 67% from the foul line, averaging 4 points and a couple of rebounds. Hit the first one. Adds to his total. He's got 6 now. It's 18-2 Ashland. Equals their biggest lead of the night. Davis can give Ashland their biggest lead with the free throw, and he does. It's 19-2. Minute 15 to go in the first quarter. Ironton ball. Tomcats have called off the Dogs. No longer pressing. Picking up at half court, Jackson, right side Staten. Staten goes in the lane against Freeze, put it up, missed it. But Nate Freeze will pick up the foul. His first personal foul. It was fouled before the shot, so Ironton St. Joe will have it underneath their bucket. On the near side, it'll be DeBoard bringing in to Staten. He'll jump it up and in. 19-4, Ashland lead it. Minute to go here in the first quarter. DeBoard with it out front for the Cats. Takes it, looks a give and go, nothing going. Carter will take it into the paint, inside out to Davis. He'll jump it up from 10, good. Make it 21-4. Ashland back up by 17, equals their biggest lead of the night. Coleman inbounds to Jackson. Jackson down the far sideline. Looking, penetrates down into the paint. Follow-away shot at 8 feet. Short rebound, race DeBoard. Here come the Cats running. Numbers 4-on-2. DeBoard inside out to Carter for his triple. It's in and out, won't go. Rebounded by Coleman of Ironton St. Joe at 20 seconds. Coleman brings it across the line. DeBoard just picked his pocket, and they're going to call foul on him. It's not a good call. He just picked him clean as a whistle. 19 seconds to go. here in the quarter. Ashland leads at 21-4. DeBoard for Ironton St. Joe gets it in to Coleman. Coleman on the dribble to the far side. Now stands on top of the A with the dribble. He's going to penetrate to the elbow on the right side. Can't shoot. Out to Jackson at 5, at 4. Down to 3, at 2, and he double dribbled. Turnover. Ironton St. Joe with 10 turnovers in the first quarter and 2 seconds to go. Ashland will bring it from just beyond midcourt. Bring it into DeBoard. DeBoard will race in. His jumper inside the arc. In and out. Won't go. Almost had the buzzer beater, but Ashland still has a nice, comfortable lead here at the end of one. Ashland 24. Ashland 21, Ironton St. Joe 4, here on B97.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Access to quality, affordable housing matters. That's why we partner with Parity Homes, a Baltimore nonprofit that rehabilitates abandoned buildings in the neighborhood and sells them to long-term residents at affordable prices.
With the support of JP Morgan Chase, we are creating affordable housing opportunities in some of the most disinvested neighborhoods in West Baltimore. It's just been amazing.
If it's personal to you, it's personal to us. See what JP Morgan Chase can do for your community. Visit jpmorganchase.com to learn more.
Your home of the Ashland Tomcats, B97.
Well, the Tomcats raced out to a 16-0 lead and lead it by 17 there at the end of one, 21-4. For the Cats to start the second 8, it'll be Carter, Conway, Davis, DeBoard, and Freeze for Ironton St. Joe. They will go with Brown and Coleman and Jackson and Staten and one other fellow I haven't picked up yet. Here's Coleman with it out front, guarded by Davis. Ashland man-to-man. Coleman will back it out near center line, penetrate down the flank, now move into the lane. Spinning jumper is in and out of bounds. Tomcat basketball. Jake Stevens is the other man on the floor for the Flyers, a 6-foot junior. Ashland leading by 17. Here comes DeBoard for the Cats. High pick and roll, looking for Freeze. Nothing going, so bring it to the wing. Penetrate down into the paint, inside out to Davis. Davis now to Conway, near side to Carter. Carter will penetrate, inside out. DeBoard will try an 18-footer, short. Rebound tipped around. Conway, good hustle, goes and gets it, puts it in and gets fouled. Great hustle from Tucker Conway. Count the bucket, and the foul's going to be on Stevens, his first. The N1 here for Tucker Conway. Last year, a 76% free throw shooter. Our best three-point shooter as well. He shot 72 threes last year. Asher Adkins back in, and Davis will go out as Conway gets 3 the hard way. 24-4. Ashland by 20. Ironton St. Joe ball. Here's Coleman in backcourt. Ashland picking up, three-quarter court man-to-man. Coleman angles it to the near side on the dribble, looking down into the flank and backs it back out. Out between the rings is Coleman. He'll stand at center line on the dribble. He'll penetrate. He'll go into the paint himself. Double pump it up. Blocked by DeBoard. Rebounded by DeBoard. Race DeBoard in a hurry. He's racing. Racing. Inside out 3 for Carter. No good. Rebounded by Adkins. Put up and foul. Foul's going to be on Stevens, his second. That will put Asher Adkins back at the foul line to shoot 2. He's perfect from there tonight. 2 of 2 with his only points. 24-4 Ashland. 6:46 to go in the first half, up and in. This time last week, we were playing Christian Academy of Louisville in the state semifinals. And Asher was out there, as was Freeze and several other of our Tomcats. Jennings shot up and in by Atkins. He's a perfect 4x4. LeBryant Strader, who's not dressed tonight, he's having some knee problems, and we'll find out more about that on Monday. But he won't play tonight or tomorrow. Here's Jackson across the line for the Flyers, around the arc to the right, and we got a pushing foul on Ashland. going to be on Freeze, his second. 6:34 to go in the half. Ashland leads at 26-4. Their biggest lead of the night. Ironton St. Joe basketball in front of the Tomcat bench here in forecourt. As Stevens slaps and brings it into Coleman. Coleman stands on top of the A and takes it on the dribble to the far side. Reverses back to the near side. High pick and roll. He'll take it to the baseline. Get off by Carter and give it back out to Staten. Staten will make his move on Freeze to the baseline, and Freeze fouled him again. That's 3. Nate Freeze just picks up his third personal foul. Blocking foul. It'll be a common foul, and Ironton St. Joe will keep it, and Freeze is going to have to sit, and in will come Tristan Davis. Jackson will put it in play in his own end zone near side, down by 22. He'll bring it into Staten. Staten to Coleman. Tomcats now in a 2-3 zone. Right side to Jackson. Jackson in the wing. Penetrates into that zone. Puts the shot up and in from 5. Jackson gets his first bucket, 26-6. Carter in a hurry. Back down floor. He'll feed it down the lane. Atkins inside out to Carter. Dribbled it off his knee. Now picks it up. Looks for help. Near side to DeBoard. DeBoard stands on top of the A with Ironton St. Joe in a man-to-man. DeBoard back and forth. Penetrates. Looking. Loses a handle on it. Goes into backcourt. Now he fetches it. Here's DeBoard. He'll penetrate inside out to Carter. He'll try another 3 and missed another one. Hadn't hit one all night. He had taken 3 or 4 of them. Ironton St. Joe with a rebound. Here comes Coleman. He'll blow by Carter and lay it up and in. Nice move by Coleman. 26-8. Ashland lead at 18. Here comes DeBoard. Then a hurry, and he has it stripped out of there by Ironton St. Joe's Staten. Staten goes down to Jackson, and Jackson kicks it away out of bounds. 11 Ironton St. Joe turnovers. Ashland has 3. 5:18 to go in the half. Ashland leading at 26-8. Ironton St. Joe goes into a half-court trap as DeBoard lobs it up to Carter. Far side to Conway. In the corner. Here is Adkins, and we got a holding foul on Ironton St. Joe. Don't know who that one's on. Number 11, and that is Jackson, his first. Team 7th. Ashland will go to the bonus. 5:08 to go. And the Tomcats' Asher Adkins, who's a perfect 4 of 4 from the foul line, will shoot 1 and 1 here. Ashland up 26-8 here in the first half with 5:08 to go. Adkins up and in. He's a perfect 5 for 5. Got that nice touch. Got those good hands. He proved that on the football field this year. He can catch a pass, I'm telling you. It's up. I talk good about him. He misses. Rebound. Dug out of there by Staten. Staten's going to go coast to coast. Lay it up. Won't go. But Davis picks up the foul. Tristan Davis will pick up his first. And Staten will go to the line for Ironton St. Joe to shoot 2. Ashland leading at 27-8. Staten, the transfer from Colgrove, 6'4", built well. I mean, he could play football easily. He'll get 2. Staten's first one up, bouncing out. Cam Davis, the freshman for the Tomcats, will check in, fresh off the football field. He'll replace his brother, Tristan. One more for Staten. Out for Ironton goes Stevens. And Brown is back in. Free throw, no good again. Rebounded by Asher Atkins. The outlet to DeBoard. 2 on 3. Doesn't have the numbers. He's going to pull it out. Reset the offense. St. Joe in a man-to-man. As DeBoard directing traffic out front. Just dribbling. Top of the wing here on the near side. Gives to Carter. Straight away to Atkins. Atkins to Davis to DeBoard. DeBoard will penetrate into the defense. Put up the shot. Knocked away out of bounds. Oh, they say Ashland got it last. And that'll be Ashland's 4th turnover. 4:38 to go in the half. Ashland leading at 27-8. Brown will put it in play underneath the Tomcat bucket. He'll bounce it into Coleman. Coleman against Carter. Up the far sideline he comes. As Carter dribbles between the legs, trying to penetrate. Go by Carter. Penetrates into the paint. Double teamed and trapped. And DeBoard fouled him. He did. Race will pick up his second. And Ironton St. Joe will go to the foul line, trailing 27-8. And I don't know who's there. Coleman, I think. Will shoot 1-1. Kai Coleman, 6-foot senior for the Flyers. Up, no good. He hasn't made a free throw. Rebounded by Xander Carter. Here come the Cats. Carter ahead to Cam Davis. Back to Carter. Carter fakes right, goes left. Down into the paint to Davis. Davis will penetrate. He loses a handle on it and gets it back. That's Conway. He recovers. Out front to DeBoard. Now to Carter. Midway through the second quarter, here is Carter. He'll blow by the defender and get fouled going to the bucket. This one's going to be on Brown, I think. Yep. His first. And the Tomcats, Xander Carter, will go back to the foul line to shoot the 1-1. 1 of 2 tonight from there with 3 points. He's trying to bundle the threes, but they're just not falling. Aiden DeBoard checks back in for Ironton St. Joe, and out goes Brown. Xander Carter, the sophomore, will shoot 1-1. First one up, brick. Rebounded by Asher Adkins. Good hustle from Asher. Back to Carter down the lane, lays it up and in. Nice power move by Xander Carter. 29-8. Ashland by 21, 3:50 to go in the half. Here's Jackson out front for Ironton St. Joe. Ashland in their 2-3 zone. Lob it over to the far side to Landon Rowe, who's just checked in. Rowe gets it to Staten. Staten will penetrate the zone, throw up a brick. Rebounded by Carter. Cats running 3-on-2. Carter, DeBoard. DeBoard drives the left baseline. Reverse layup blocked and rebounded nicely by Staten. Staten's going to bring it up the far sideline. He'll stop, get it out front to Coleman. Ashland back in their 2-3 zone. 3:20 left to go here in the first half. Bounce over to Rowe. Rowe back to the near side. Jackson, he'll penetrate, can't shoot. Now to Rowe. Down low on the block. Here's Staten, double teamed in traffic. Rowe for 3. It's an air ball, but Jackson's there with a putback. On the weak side to make it 29-10. Ashland's lead at 19. 3 minutes to go in the first half. DeBoard to Carter. Carter will stand, give and go to Cam Davis. Loses a handle on it. Picked up by Conway. And back to Carter. Carter with the basketball. Looking, penetrates all the way to the bucket. Lays it up with the left hand and gets fouled. Going there by Rowe. That'll put Xander Carter back at the foul line where he has struggled tonight. 1 for 3. Is the 6'4" sophomore. Ashland's leading point getter, returning from a year ago, makes that one. 30-10. Tyson Lalone will check in for the Cats. DeBoard will sit with his 2 fouls. Carter up and in. 31-10. Ashland by 21. Here's Coleman. Long baseball pass. Down floor to Jackson. Tomcats in their 2-3 zone. Now Jackson will back it out top of the wing here on the near side. Over on the far side, it'll go to Rowe. Rowe pivots around back to Coleman. Coleman straight away, looking, back to Jackson. Jackson back to Coleman as they play pitch and catch out front. All they're doing is passing around the perimeter of that zone. Try to go to a high post. Turn around by DeBoard of Ironton St. Joe, no good. Carter with another rebound. He's got a bundle of those tonight. He'll feed it in the corner to Conway to Carter. Straight away to Adkins. He'll spin inside out to Davis. Inside out to Conway, and a bad pass goes out of bounds. 5 Ashland turnovers. 2 minutes to go in the half with Ashland leading it 31-10. Inbounds to Coleman. Coleman with the basketball will walk it across the 10-second stripe. Ashland drops back in their 2-3 zone. Out front, you've got Davis and Conway. On the back line, you've got Lalone and Carter and Adkins. Here's Rowe to Jackson. Jackson will penetrate inside out to Coleman. Coleman back down low to Staten. Staten on the block. Spins, turns, missed it, and Carter fouled him. First foul on Xander Carter. And that'll put Staten back at the foul line for Ironton St. Joe to shoot 2. He is 0 of 2 from there tonight. Coleman is 0 of 1. So they have not made one yet. They're 0 for 3 from the freebie line. Minute 36 to go in the half. Ashland leading 31-10. Shot up and bouncing in. His third point, 31-11. Ashland by 20. One more for Hunter Staten, the 6'4" senior. Up and rattles it home. 31-12. Here come the Cats with the basketball, up by 19. Cam Davis will run the show out front. Arches it to the left side, and a bad pass taken away by Coleman. Coleman headed the other way, lays it up and in. Timeout, Ryan Bonner. He doesn't like the way Ashland's getting a little sloppy. 6 turnovers for the Cats with 1:22 to go in the half. A quick 30-second timeout taken by the Cats, but leading by 17, 31-14. Tomcat basketball brought to you in part by Members Choice Credit Union, committed to our community. Premier Physical and Occupational Therapy, we get results. Ashland Credit Union, earn money for the Ashland schools with the ACU Tomcat Visa credit card. Ashland Credit Union goes big for the Cats. And Sloan Realtor at Paramount Properties. By Dr. Matthew Lewis and Lewis Family Care, for all your family's medical needs, we're here for you. As well as King's Daughters Medical Center, excellent care for your family, the right place at the right time. The Ashland Kittens in their action tomorrow afternoon. They play at 2:30 down in Pikeville against the Lady Panthers. And, of course, the men's football team just won the state championship today over Raceland, 41-9. And we'll have that score for you tomorrow night and some statistics and such. Cam Davis will walk it up the far sideline. St. Joe's going to play a little trap out front. Davis, a freshman, goes to the baseline, gives it up to Carter. He'll drive in, put it up and in, and get fouled. Nice power move by Zander. And that foul is going to count the bucket on Staten, his second. Carter gets the and one try here. Make it 33-14. Lalone will come out for Ashland. Tristan Davis will check back in. Shot up by Atkinson in. Or by Carter, I'm sorry. Get your players right, Martin. 34-14, Cats by 20. 65 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes Jackson. In a hurry, blows by Davis to the free throw line. His jumper from there, good. Jackson's got 6 of their 16. Down floor, Davis. Conway off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Coleman. 50 seconds to go in the half. Down floor, DeBoard's got it. He'll put it up and in for Ironton St. Joe. 34-18. Ashland 22-point lead is now down to 16 with 40 seconds to go. Here comes Davis. Around the arc to the near side. The baseline cut off. Out front to his big brother Tristan Davis. Now to Carter, and he bounced it off his knee and out of bounds. Another Tomcat turn. Bounce it off his knee and out of bounds. Another Tomcat turnover. That's 7 of those tonight. Tomcats getting sloppy here in the late going. And their 22-point lead is at 16, and Ironton St. Joe can cut into that right now. DeBoard for Ironton St. Joe gets it into Coleman. 28 seconds to go. Coleman will walk it across the timeline. On the dribble to the far side, Ashland back man-to-man. Coleman backs out near center line at 18 seconds. He stands on the dribble against Carter. Take it down in the wing and back out on top at the center line at 10 seconds. Coleman makes his move, and Carter nearly picks him. He'll take it to the bucket, lay it up, miss it, but a foul on Ashland. 2 shots coming. Foul on Tristan Davis, his second. And Coleman will go to the line to shoot 2, where he is 0-1 tonight. 5 seconds to go. Ashland leads at 34-18. Had a 22-point lead, but that's evaporated. Coleman with the left hand and in. 34-19. 5 straight by the Flyers of Coach Jacob Wells. We're down 34-14. Now they've cut it to 15, make it 14. As he got the free throw. Davis in a hurry. Cam, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Carter, Laner in the lane. No good. Tipped up and no good. Ashland basically went to sleep there in that latter portion of the second quarter. Has seen their 20-point lead evaporate. It's now Ashland 34 and Ironton St. Joe 20 here at halftime. We'll be back in just a moment here on B97.
Hey! I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
32 nations, 64 matches, and one destination, X1. Tune in to the FIFA World Cup on Fox and FS1 with X1, so you don't miss a goal, save, or epic moment from this year's tournament. We've got live matches, highlights, and recaps. Plus, when your team scores, celebrate by turning up iHeartRadio's Jock Jams music playlist and hear all your favorite stadium anthems. Xfinity is everyone's World Cup destination. Say World Cup into your Xfinity voice remote.
Family. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's mom.
Is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Make the season even brighter with beautiful jewelry from JTV. Shop JTV.com and get $25 off your purchase of $50 or more when you use code RADIO25. You'll discover more than 40,000 jewelry designs and gifts. That's enough to keep everyone on your list sparkling all season long. Plus, new customers will receive $40 in brilliant cash to use toward their next jewelry purchase. Shop JTV.com and use code RADIO25 and fill your holiday with sparkle.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
B97, the Tri-State's holiday music station, wants to make your Christmas wish come true.
Remember what you wished for?
I just wish for my kids to have a Christmas.
Of course we're going to grant your Christmas wish.
Thank you so much. You guys are great. You guys are great.
What's your Christmas wish?
I'm literally shopping right now, and I'm like, how are we going to afford this?
We are going to grant your Christmas wish.
You don't even know how much that helps.
We're teaming up with NetSpend to grant Christmas wishes all across America.
We really appreciate it. A lot of other people will too.
Let us grant your Christmas wish now at B97FM.com. Keyword wish.
We're going to grant your Christmas wish.
Thank you so much.
NetSpend's all-access mobile accounts help you manage your money and build a better financial future. NetSpend's mission is to empower people to achieve their financial dreams by delivering innovative financial services and a wealth of kindness. Learn more at netspend.com.
It's the Tomcats halftime show on B97.
Well, let's look at the JV game as Ashland won that one handily, 67-32. Tomcats led 13-6 at the end of 1, halftime 30-14. At the end of 3, 55-26, and win at 67-32. Cats had 2 players in double figures. Caleb Clark had 19. Tyson Malone had 19. Cam Davis with 5. Sam Lyons with 3. Connor Messer had a bucket. Braxton Jennings had 7. Austin Pack with a point. 3 from Mason Wolf on a 3-pointer. Noah Maynard had 5, and Bryson Ward had 3 for the Ashland Kittens, or Tomcats, not Kittens, for God's sake, who go to 1-0. All right, let's go for the second half. Ashland leading 34-20. Out there, we got Adkins and Carter and DeBoard and Conway and Davis, the starting 5. And they have the possession to start the second half of play. St. Joe's going to play a little zone. DeBoard